Today we're going to be looking at the Pokemon Select's Charizard action figure, recently released by Jazwares, and retails for $20 in the United States. Here's the box, looks pretty nice. The bottom just has some legal information. Here's the side of the art. And on the back shows you some other figures that are from Series 1. Not only is there Charizard, but they also have Rayquaza, Articuno, and Greninja. So now let's just get to opening this figure up, and we will have a closer look at it. Alright, here's Charizard out of the box, and he comes with two accessories: a display stand and a peg to connect Charizard. So basically, how it works is that there is this hole, and you would connect it to here, and then you would connect the other part to the base, and yeah, it can make it look like that Charizard is flying, which is really cool in my opinion. It would be great for for display pieces. I mean, especially since the Pokemon Select figures that Jazwares is making, they're more for the adult collectibles, I'd say, while also still staying affordable at the same time, which I really like, because $20 I think is a good price for this Charizard figure. Now, for comparison, for a very long time I've been trying to find a Charizard figure that would scale well to the World of Nintendo figures from Jakks Pacific, because one thing I really liked about the World of Nintendo line, like before they became mostly Mario and Zelda, was that they made a lot of Nintendo characters for their line. Because it wasn't just Mario and Zelda, they also had like Metroid, Pikmin, and and Splatoon. But yeah, and so it was kind of like having a Super Smash Bros. Action figure line. Well, not officially, but technically. So I wanted to find a Charizard action figure that would scale well with my 6-inch Bowser and my 4-inch Mario. And back then, when I was looking for Charizard action figures, there weren't any that that I thought would be in good scale. Cause I tried searching for any Charizard figure, old or new, and I just felt like I just came in a dead end. The closest one at the time would probably have been the Mega Evolution Charizard from Tomy, since that one was also 6 inches. But unfortunately, like I already mentioned, it was from his Mega Evolution design. So I wasn't too interested in it because of it. So how does the Jazwares Charizard figure? I mean, Jazwares, they did already made a Charizard figure, but it didn't have a lot of articulation, and it was like 4.5 inches. This Jazwares Selects Charizard is around 6 inches tall, from what I've heard. So does he scale well with the World of Nintendo figures? Well, I have my Mario, and I can perfectly say that he does scale well with the World of Nintendo action figures, and I couldn't be any happier. I do have some other Pokemon figures out there, like some of the, because I have the Tomy figures of Incineroar and Lucario, and they scale with the World Nintendo line just fine. Though I do think Incineroar is a bit too big, though, but not to the point where it becomes a problem. And then I also have a model kit of Pikachu and Lucario, and I also found a Burger King toy of Jigglypuff. And I also do own the Jazwares Ivysaur figure. But this Charizard figure, yeah, I'd say his scaling looks pretty good, compared to the Jakks Pacific Mario figures. So yeah, so at least it does succeed on that part. So now let's take a look at Charizard himself. And I think he has an amazing sculpt. And unlike most Jazwares figures I've seen, of like other like, like iconic properties, this one, his articulation doesn't look terrible. And I am pretty impressed by it. Here's the tail. And here's his wings. Let me go over articulation. So, most of his joints are universally jointed. So, we have a universal joint in the head that goes up and down, and left and right. He also has articulation in the jaw, which hard to get out, but yeah, it can go all the way this. Can even talk. Hello. And then he also has one in the neck. It can go up and down and also move left and right. Universal joints, same thing. They can go up and down and forwards and backwards. One design flaw I found on this figure is that they put his bicep swivels too close to the universal joint, and because this particular figure is stiff on the left shoulder, it could potentially break the arm, and I think that's kind of one of a design flaw I think Jazwares probably should have really considered. I mean, it probably would have been better if they just moved that bicep swivel right here instead of there, because otherwise it would be less likely to break. He has double jointed elbows, so they can go close to this, but they can also bend as back as this, and you can also get it into some strange positions. So he has double jointed elbows, and his wrists rotate. He has universal joints in the hips, so they can kick out like this. His knees can also bend down, and same for his feet. They can also bend down, and you can also rotate them, sort of. We're not done with articulation yet. He also has articulation in the wings. They can move up and down, but you can also move the, like these parts of the wings themselves. Tail, they can go up and down, and I guess left and right. Same thing with the other parts of the tails, up and down, swivel, up and down, and then swivel. The fire does not move, but it's alright. Probably didn't even need it. So yeah, so what do I think about this Charizard figure? I mean, compared to some of the other stuff, the other Jazwares stuff I've taken a look at, this Charizard is pretty impressive. I'd say the only flaw I have with this Charizard figure is that the bicep swivel is pretty close to the shoulder joints, and because the shoulder joint on the left arm is very stiff, I have a feeling that the bicep on the left arm would break at any moment. So I honestly think that they probably should have just resculpted the bicep swivel to be a bit lower. But besides that, I think this is a pretty good figure. The colors are actually pretty good, clean, and vibrant. Because a lot of the Jazwares figures I've seen, from like other toy lines, the colors would feel a bit dull and just not too accurate. But on this Charizard figure, I mean, I think the colors are pretty much accurate to the original games and anime. So yeah, if you can find this Charizard figure, I would recommend you pick that up. So, as always, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Nintendo toy reviews.